Okay, now tell me about the racing uniform today.
Yeah, you want to take a look? I got the speed suit from Connor. I borrowed
put it on.
It's a little bit of work to shimmy it up.
Get that off. That's
pretty tall, so it fits me great around like the legs and the waist and everything. But I have to like shimmy in and then it rides up gives me a little wedgie. But I love the speed suit, so I'm gonna be investing in a speed suit pretty soon.
All right, I'm here with Josiah Tostenson and one of the phenomenal high school runners. 409 as a freshman, 402 this last year with an 8:39 2-mile, and coming back as one of the top runners, high school runners in the nation. Tell me about the race today. You did a 5K. You were mixing it up with Michael Ottesen and Isaac Hedengren. Just tell me about it.
Yeah, it was a great race. You know, it went out pretty fast, and like I'm personally coming off a break and training at altitude, so I was feeling it. And Isaac and Michael especially was pushing it through the second mile. Every turn, he was just slingshotting me and Isaac, and then coming around with like a mile left, Isaac made a big move on us, and I definitely dropped in the third and kind of was content with third, and Michael and Isaac finished out the race, but it was a fun one for sure.
Now Isaac, when I just interviewed him, he said that he was trying to get you to be number 2. He wanted to drop Michael really hard so Michael would come back to you.
Yeah, I know.
But when that move happened, when you guys turned on to 9th East and the action was happening up front and they started pulling away, what was going through your mind?
I mean, like, I definitely was like, I have wheels. I could close the gap, and Isaac was talking to me. He's like, "Come on, just how you got this?" And I seen him make a move, and I could tell Michael was dying back, and I feel like I was thinking in my mind I could have kind of closed out the race and maybe caught him, but I was also I got more workouts coming this week, and my coach told me he doesn't really want me redlining, so I try to just stay at a good threshold pace.
Okay, well, 3rd place today against such a loaded field. What was your final time today?
I think it was 14:59, so I'm pretty happy with that, coming off break, coming to altitude, and just finally just starting my training up.
At altitude, I mean, even on a track, that's a 25-second conversion down to sea level, so it puts you more like a 14:36 or so.
Yeah, no, that's great.
So 14:34. So what's your 5K PR?
I ran 14:38 on a track during cross country season. I haven't ran one since I've really been fit, so that might be my converted PR.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. Well, I guess it helps having such great competition.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's the best. That's the most stacked fun run I've ever ran. So.
Oh man. So what's coming up? Is it Woodbridge? Or what's coming up for this cross season?
Yeah, I think Woodbridge for sure. I mean, Crater always opens up there now. Possibly Clovis, and obviously we gotta gear up for NXR and hopefully make it to NXN.
Oh, fantastic. Well, tell me about. You're starting to look at different colleges right now. What's going through your mind in terms of the different universities and kind of the approach to, because you're one of the top recruits for the nation right now. What are you looking for in a university? Like, what's kind of the conversations that are happening?
Yeah, I think some of the main points I'm looking for is, first off, is a great coach and a great facility and like just team that can push me to the next level. Like, I want to first narrow down to a college that I know can take me to the next level, and from there on I'm just looking for relationships. Like, I want to go to a team that I have great relationships with all the guys. I bond there, and I can just see know right away that the next four years of my life here are going to be some of the best years of my life.
Okay, awesome. Josiah, great race today. Altitude converted PR, I think. Yeah. Even on the roads, even with an uphill. That last mile, which is really a tough uphill.
For sure.
And way to stick in it there with 2 really accomplished runners. Shows that you belong up there in the lead pack.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Isaac Hedengren, overall winner today for the 5K, 14:30. Tell me about the race, Isaac.
Yeah, it was super fun. So it was super last minute. I signed up for it on Tuesday, and today's Thursday. So it was a last minute decision for sure, but training's been going pretty good, just all mileage stuff. I think I'm like my 3rd weekend maybe. And so I just wanted to break it up a little because training is awesome, but it's fun to mix it up, hop in a little harder effort every once in a while.
Okay, now you had the starting line, you had Michael Ottesen. He's a tough road racer. Yeah, Josiah, a couple of others that are just really top competitors. Tell me about how the race started.
Yeah, so it started out pretty slow. Nobody was really going like first quarter mile, half mile. Maybe we were going 5 flat, maybe a little slower than that. And then Michael Ottesen decided to take it, and he dropped it down. We were going like 440s, like mid 440s maybe. And he was breaking it up pretty well. So he would, every time we'd go around a turn, he'd throw in a little surge. So it was like fartlek running. It was pretty fun.
So tell me, so mile in, first mile probably 440, and then I think you hit a 430. But tell me about like you guys were running together, pack of 3, and then where did things start happening?
Yeah, so it was like, yeah, mile in, it was just us 3. We put a lot of space on 4th place, and then like I said, he was just doing the back and forth running, and then at like 1.8 miles, there were just like people cheering, and I was having a good time. I was like waving at people. It was super fun, good energy because everybody's there for the parade. But at like 1.8 miles, there was this dude on the side that was clapping, and it was just me, Michael, and Josiah in the group. And he's like, "Yo, who's gonna win?" And I thought it was funny, so I raised my hand. I was like, "I am." And I was like, "I'm gonna win," or I think I just said me. And Michael threw in a dirty surge right there. He started pushing it pretty hard. I don't think he liked that. And Josiah started to go back pretty hard, and I was trying to get Josiah the 2nd place finish. I was trying to keep the race slow because I know Josiah has a nasty kick. He's a miler, so I was trying to get him that 2nd place. We were trying to go 1-2, but right when Michael went, I was like, oh shoot, like Josiah's dropping a little bit. So I just dropped the pace pretty hard. My plan was to, if I dropped the pace hard enough and Michael tried to go with me, then Michael might go back pretty hard and Josiah could end up getting 2nd. But I dropped it down. I was going maybe like low 430s, mid 420s maybe. And this is right before we hopped on 9th East. My whole plan the entire time was right when we hit 9th East, I'm gonna drop the hammer. Because I didn't want to leave it. I don't like kicking on the road. Kicking on the track is fine, but kicking on the road is a lot more difficult, so I just wanted to string it out pretty hard last mile. But yeah, I dropped it, and I think when you make a surge, you really gotta like make it definite. You can't let people come back, because then they build a lot of confidence, like, oh, I can match this guy's surges. That's what was happening with Michael the entire race. He was putting these little surges, and yeah, it's like he's capable of much more, but it would build confidence each time. When he'd throw in a little surge and I'd close it, it's like, okay, I can close gaps on this guy. So I think it's very important to put in a big gap, and I like to think like put him in the ground. So that's what I'm telling myself when I'm pushing the pace. And so I strung it out hard, and then with like a K left, I had a bit of space. I think I looked behind me, and I was like, oh, I'll just like bring it in, because I was getting pretty tired. But then I heard footsteps, and I don't know if they were Michael's or if they were somebody else's, but I was like, okay, let's just put this one away. So I brought it in.
Nice work.
Thank you.
So coming off just a fantastic season, Big 12s, you had 13:45 this past season.
I think it was 46.
46, yeah. 13:46, 5K. So and then coming into cross, you know, these summertime runs, you're just doing a mileage build right now, no speed, and then you just come out there, and it just kind of struck me, 440, you're feeling chill pace.
Yeah.
Okay. 430, a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And I mean, at altitude, right? At altitude, and especially 430, that last mile going uphill. I mean, this is a year ago. If you had done this a year ago, I mean, what would have been your thought? I mean, like, just tell me about the last year, the progression.
Yeah, it's a big confidence boost, realizing like I can be fit off of little to no training. I don't think that fitness can like lessen, but I don't think fitness goes away once you've gotten fit. I think that's like your new baseline level. So that's a big confidence boost. I mean, it's summer, so this is all like pretty irrelevant. Just the main goal is November. But yeah, if I had this, I think last year going into the cross season, there was a lot of insecurity, and I was still able to do well off of it, like with all things considered, you know. But this week, I think I've really done a good job working on that insecurity, and I feel a lot more confident as a runner, and so I think that this season can be very good.
Alright, we got Susan the artist. Susan, what are you painting on Isaac there?
Hey guys, who wants waffles? Should we stop cooking them? Does no one want them?
Nice. I'll take. Okay, Jane, 10K today.
Somewhere. Where's the syrup?
about the race, Jane.
Oh, sir.
It was good. It was just a training, like, tempo.
540s, 530s?
Yeah, I was 530s, but...
Okay. Good. Now, who's going to win and cover your assets today?
Probably me.
Oh yeah, Kyle. I always what you do.
Okay, I don't know. Jane's kind of boss at this game. Habtamu or Hobbs out there for a fantastic 10K today. Overall winner in about a 29:25. 10 seconds faster than Jacob Heslington. Tell me about the race, Hobbs.
The race went better than I expected. I raced a half like 3 days ago, so I didn't know how my legs were going to do. And this was my workout, if you call it. So I went in, I signed up literally last minute last night. And so I was scared and I knew Jake was in it, so I was kind of scared that Jake was going to take the win from me. And so I made sure to go really hard in the middle mile. So I went, I think, 4:39 first mile, 4:35, and then 4:40, just to make it an honest effort. And so I went through the 5K in 14:17, I think, on pace to run like 28:34. And I knew that the next few miles were going to be slight uphill. And so I just tried to stay smooth and relaxed the rest of the miles, and I did get a little chaotic towards the end because we did combine with the 5K course and the cops trying to like move everybody to one side of the course.
Are you guys weaving a lot coming through?
I ran in the gutters a few times because there were just so many people. Like I didn't want to like weave anymore because like I couldn't predict what they were about to do, and so I would just go in the gutters or on the sidewalk and just like gut it until the cops can finally clear it. And then it took them about like 200 meters to figure out a system where one cop was way ahead clearing it and the second one was right in front of me. And so I think I probably ran like maybe 29:15 if there wasn't all that zigzagging. But overall, I think it was a good effort. I mean, the exact effort I was looking for in terms of for a workout, averaging under 450s. It's a good effort. It's a good solid day. So
especially at altitude.
Yeah, that is true.
So tell me about so the Olympic marathon trials for you started off 33rd, moved up to 14th place. You were trying to hit something around 2:11, something like that. You've been training with Connor and Clayton. I mean, obviously your fitness is incredible right now to do that kind of, those splits at altitude. But just tell me about that. Your half marathon, you got this race coming up to the Chicago marathon, build for that. Tell me about the whole marathon experience and then coming down. 10K feels like a workout then, huh?
I like the approach that Ice Stone has of like just get really fit in terms of all distances. I think during the trials build, I was in the best shape of my life, anywhere from the 5K all the way to the marathon, and I could have PR'd. And so during that build, I was laser focused on the trials and nothing else. And so I didn't give myself an opportunity to do more races. And so I kind of regret that kind of a little bit because I wanted to run a fast half. And based on the workouts I was doing in Provo, I was on shape to anywhere from like 61:30 to like 62 minutes and a half. And I didn't show that because I just focused on the marathon, and then the marathon didn't go as well as I wanted it to. And so this build, I think I want to focus on more just competing and doing more races and just getting fit that way. And so I think nothing beats racing. I think it teaches you race pain. And so I want to do that. And I saw how beneficial it is for Clayton last year. Clayton did a lot of road races leading up to his Chicago performance. And so I'm doing the similar path he's taking and doing some of the races he did last year. My next big race I'm shooting for is the 20K champs in New Haven, Connecticut. And so like ideally I just want to compete. I don't care what place I finish. Ideally I would love to win it, or if I finish dead last and have a bad day, I just want to go out there and just compete and just have fun. So this build is just focus on just compete, and just I think the results will eventually show up.
Okay, now you got 5 more weeks until Paris.
Yeah.
Now, you've been training with Clayton and Connor, those guys. Tell me about the workouts. Are you still doing the 25 milers on Saturday? What kind of things are you doing versus are you kind of breaking off doing your own thing with this build?
So a lot of the workouts we do the same workouts, and the long runs Ed doesn't want me doing the 25 milers yet, and those 25 miles are important during your actual build. And so he does 16-week blocks, and so my 16 weeks didn't start until last week. So most of the time, I would do the workouts with them, and on the long runs, I would do 5-10 miles shorter. If they did 25 miles, I would do 15 to 20, depending how I felt, and just trying to stay fit and running relatively low mileage for me. And for me, it's like anywhere from 80 to 90. I've just been hovering around there and just staying fit until my 16-week block began, and then that's when we begin the full build of long runs get longer and workouts get harder. And for me, so I just been cutting everything a little shorter because my race is way farther in the future than theirs is, and we've been doing a lot more hill workouts. I don't need any hills because my race is perfectly like flat, pancake flat. Theirs is not, and so I think the hill aspect is good for me. Like I don't like hills, but I think running hills is beneficial in terms of like general strength and just running form. Like it's really good for you. So I've been enjoying it.
So Provo is kind of the scene now for in terms of like just top runners. You see a lot of synergies happening, training together. We've been watching the videos with you, Connor Clayton, Jared, some of the others, this marathon core group that's just really blossoming here in Provo. What are your thoughts about Provo and kind of the pro scene, the scene here in Provo?
That's a tough one, and I've been debating it a lot because I'm good enough to get team deals, and I've gotten a few offers, and it's tough to leave seeing how good of a place Provo is to train. And so like at least for the next 365 days I will be in Provo, and so I decided that to just tell those coaches and stuff like that, like I need to be in Provo because I think I still have untapped potential, and I think I can learn a lot more from Connor Clayton. And even though I'm still doing the whole working a full-time job and running, and it's tough, but I think it will be rewarding in the future. So I think nothing beats it. I think me taking the risk and staying in Provo is just showing how much of a marathon town it's going to be in the future, and just trusting Ed and what he's building here, because I think in the next year or two, I think we're going to have a lot more marathoners. We have a lot of guys graduating, and I want to go straight to the marathon. So I think it's going to get even better than it already is.
Wow, that's a bold statement right there. And you're part of the success, part of this equation. So thank you, and congratulations on the win today. Looking forward to Chicago and a lot more races coming up.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, here's Dalton Mortensen, 100-mile week last week, and then jumping into this 10K road race against a stacked field. Tell me about the race today.
Yeah, it was fun. We just started out, honestly, a little conservative, and I'm glad we did because I pretty much maintained that for the whole race. I ran most of the time with JQ and wasn't able to stay with him near the end because he just kept moving up, but I was happy with the win. I haven't been working out, so I just kind of hopped in to see what I could run right now, and I was happy with the effort. It's good to get the legs turning over a little bit.
Well, those middle 3 miles, like mile 2, 3, 4, they were flying. Tell me about, I think the top guys were doing like 4:35 average for that. You could see them up front. You could see the pace vehicles, but you guys had to weave through like the crowd of 5K. Tell me about that experience.
Yeah, it was wild. Like the police officers and like officials were trying to keep the 5K runners like over to the left, but sometimes it just got really jumbled, so we were just literally like weaving in and out trying to maintain like race pace. It got a little hectic, but it was still pretty fun.
Okay, coming off a 104 Utah Valley Marathon, half marathon, okay, and then in the middle of 100-mile weeks, you're dropping like was it 30:25 today? What was it?
Yeah, around 30:20, I think.
30:20, smoking fast, 4:55 mile average, and no speed workout really, and high mileage. Tell me about that. I mean, just like doing one of these road races, your fitness, your aerobic threshold somewhere around 4:55, at altitude. So tell me about that. Just kind of the confidence coming into this cross country season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really cannot wait for cross country. Like, I've got a full year of workouts and consistent training under my belt compared to when I was here last year. So just looking forward to seeing how the season shakes out. We've got a really good team. No matter where I am in that mix, like I'm just excited for it.
You're definitely going to be a contributor this year. I think it's exciting. Coming in, everybody if stays injury free. I think it's going to be a great team this year. But tell me about you do a little bit more mileage than some of the other guys on the team. In high school, you did maybe 80 miles a week.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more than some of the other high schoolers. Tell me about kind of your general training philosophy, higher mileage, kind of what works for you.
Yeah, mainly I think the biggest reason for me running higher mileage is just that I like to run twice a day. Like I'll usually do a longer run in the morning and then shorter in the afternoon, and that usually just puts me at a little higher mileage than like some guys on the team. So at least for now, so a lot of my teammates will be getting up there in mileage here pretty soon with me. So
Okay. Well, congratulations today on that. Probably a road PR. Definitely with the altitude converted. You get about 55 seconds, almost a minute for a 10K.
Yeah. So technically, like with the conversion, I think it'd be a PR.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, congratulations, Dalton, and good work today.
Thank you.
Wow, that was